Greetings to the motovlogging community, subscribers and fellow YouTubers alike. Trictacular here. Out this morning on a demo ride of a 2018 Honda Goldwing DCT model. I've watched quite a few reviews on the new Goldwing on YouTube and was interested in taking one out for a demo ride, and our local Honda dealership was gracious enough to let me take one out. I was particularly interested in going out on the DCT model and just getting used to the throttle right now. We're in tour mode and the throttle is quite sensitive, I find, as compared to my Harley Davidson Tri-Glide Ultra Classic. First impressions, very smooth. Engine is pretty quiet. You just hear a slight little clunking when it shifts into the next gear. I don't know if you can see on the dashboard, I'm currently in 4th or 5th gear now. There are 7 gears. Well, there's an old car in front of us. Well, you can hardly see his little signal light. He has his right signal on. Oh, now he has his left one on. Nice view with the mirrors in the back. There's no vibration in the mirrors. The fellow at the dealership was telling me they have the self-canceling signals, but getting used to it, I'm just turning them off on my own as well, because I find sometimes with those self-canceling signals they stay on a bit too long. I'm not sure what the suspension is set at with this, but it does feel very smooth. Well, I wanted to grab the clutch there. It stays in 1st gear when you come to a stop. You can see the 1st gear readout is here on the dash, as well as the tour mode. It feels very well balanced. Right away it shifts up into 5th gear. And we're just doing about 50 kilometers an hour. They said to take it easy, as this bike has just a little over 170 kilometers on it, so the tires haven't been scrubbed thoroughly, so I think I'll stay out of the sport mode. When I got back into motorcycling in around 2013, I purchased a pre-owned 2006 Honda Goldwing but in around town I just found it was too heavy for me to maneuver, so at that time I traded it in on a Suzuki Boulevard C50T cruising model. And I've also owned a new 2015 Yamaha FJR 1300 ES model. So I was interested in comparing the new Goldwing to the Yamaha FJR, as it seems like Honda is almost promoting this new Goldwing model as a sport touring model. It was funny when I was trying to look up some information on the dealer's website. I pressed touring, thinking I would find the Goldwing there, and it wasn't under that category, so I pressed sport touring, and that's where the Goldwing appeared. Speed limit here is 60 kilometers an hour. Very smooth. I can see this has a lot of pep, this engine. A little over 1800 cc's, I believe. So I'd be interested with the viewers to know, when you've done a demo ride before, have the dealerships asked you for your credit card and asked for a $2,000 deposit plus other items of identification? And I was kind of puzzled about that. I've said in the past they've never asked for a deposit of that sum of money, but he said that this bike is theirs. It's not a Honda Canada demo model, like if you took part in an official Honda Canada demo day. So I'm responsible for any damage to this bike today. So it would be interesting to hear your comments and views on that, if you've had to put down a deposit in the past in order to take a motorcycle of your choice out. This dealership is about 22 to 24 miles away from my home, so I'm not too familiar with these roads. So he asked what route did I plan on taking, and I said, well, I'll do the route that the Harley Davidson dealership that's just across the parking lot from them usually use. It's about a 20-minute ride, and then I will head back to the dealership on the freeway. So it gives us a nice varied ride through the countryside and also on the freeway. Very smooth downshifting. I don't know if there's a little road construction going on here. I'm not sure about all the deluxe suspension settings. I'm sure it could be set at a softer suspension, as I'm currently not able to flat foot it. I'm kind of on the balls of my feet, and I am 5'11", so that was one thing I should have checked with them before I left, was the suspension settings, so I could flat foot it. So the price of the new 2018 Honda Goldwing DCT model is rather daunting to me. However, they would like, I believe it is $32,999 Canadian for this motorcycle, and that's before 12% tax added on to that, and dealer prep and documentation fees. But if you're a real Goldwing fan, I guess quite a few people will take the plunge. I'm not in the market for another motorcycle. I'm happy with what I have, but just previously owning a pre-owned 2006 Honda Goldwing, I thought it would be fun just to try out the new designed Goldwing. Open my vent here, I'm heating up a bit. Have on my mesh jacket today. We've had some record temperatures here on the west coast of British Columbia, Canada, the last few days. Yesterday it was 92 degrees Fahrenheit in the afternoon, and we're only in the middle of May. Guess I'd best close this for the audio. Getting a slight bit of wind noise in the helmet. I'm wearing a HJC full-faced modular helmet. A big improvement with this new Goldwing is the electronic windshield that goes up and down. That was one of the items that you hear previous Goldwing owners wanted. They were saying that the previous generation Goldwing was getting a little long in the tooth. So it feels very well planted going through these curves, very soft ride. little bit of jerking when you come to a stop as it's downshifting. Need to apply very little braking. I'm just using the foot brake for the rear brake, and it downshifts pretty quick. To aid in your stopping. That corner back there where I did the left turn is always a rather tricky one. Cars come zooming down the hill and you can't really see them. There it kind of jerked when you when it downshifted. I've demo rode a Can-Am Spider before that had kind of a semi-automatic shifting. There was just a little toggle switch by your left thumb that you would shift with. The fella at the dealership said, just keep the throttle at the speed you're going and press in the switch, the toggle switch to shift. Getting a little tongue-tied here. And then as you came to a stoplight, it would automatically downshift for you. So we're just about ready to go onto the freeway here. Have a little test run on the freeway. There we go. A lot of traffic here in our neck of the woods. And I guess they're doing some construction here as well now. So to me, it seems to ride similar to my FJR as far as the sound of the engine, the smoothness. I think we're only supposed to go 80 kilometers an hour here, so won't be able to test it at going at like 60 miles an hour or 100 kilometers an hour. about 40 kilometers an hour, and it's just shifted down into fourth gear. One thing about the Goldwing, however, due to the engine sticking out on each side, you're really rather limited to your seating position as far as your shins go, unless you can put highway pegs on. I know some owners have put highway pegs on the previous model. I asked the salesperson if you could put highway pegs on this new model, and he wasn't really sure. He figured some aftermarket companies will no doubt develop highway pegs for this new 2018 Goldwing model. I think some companies will manufacture a trike conversion for it and can pull your trailer. I guess I should have came on the other side of the freeway and kind of just did the opposite route. It seems like the traffic on the other side is going the regular speed. Lots of stumps and things there. I guess they're gonna maybe eventually widen this freeway. There's such a traffic congestion now, it's ridiculous at all times of the day and even into the evening. Here I'm able to pick up a little speed. At the higher speed I didn't notice it or feel it shifting into sixth gear. There, a very smooth shift. It went into seventh gear. Need to press a little bit on the handlebars and it moves over to avoid this rough stretch of pavement. Yes, the self-canceling turn signals shut off quite a bit sooner than on my Harley Davidson Tri-Glide Ultra Classic. Well, I'm very impressed with this 2018 Honda Goldwing, the DCT model. There's the windshield goes up. It covers my face completely. I think I had it about there. Ideally, I like looking just over the top of the windshield, because sometimes I find you get a bit of the distortion if you're looking through the windshield. Much lighter, you can really feel the weight difference compared to the previous generation Goldwing. Watching some past reviews, I hear people comment that there's some problems with the navigation system, and even some people feel that this front suspension is a problem, a possible design defect. But for my little test ride, everything has gone well, and it's just been very smooth. It's like a cushion on wheels. Would be perfect, I think, for like a weekend getaway. And I think that's probably what Honda has designed this motorcycle for. The salesman said that the Honda Corporation has done a lot of studies, and they found that a lot of the Goldwing riders were not riding across country anymore, just doing little weekend jaunts. So if that's correct, then perhaps these saddlebags and tour pack with the reduced luggage capacity will work. But there's definitely not room for two full-faced helmets in the tour pack. I was able to get mine in, but there would definitely not be room for another full-faced helmet in there. They have a little helmet lock on the side of the motorcycle, but I've read some reviews that that was rather poorly designed as well. You can smell the lumber here on this semi-truck. So I'd like to thank you for coming along on this demo ride today of the 2018 Honda Goldwing DCT model. This is Trictacular asking you to leave a comment down below what your thoughts are on the new Goldwing. Have you demo rode one? Please like, share, and subscribe. Little trouble finding the turn signal, but I guess that's just because I'm not used to the exact location of it. Of course, on the metric bikes, most of them have the turn signal switch on the left, by the left handlebar, for doing both a left and a right turn, whereas on the Harley Davidsons you have the signal switch for a right turn by the right handlebar, and the left turn signal for a left turn is on the left handlebar. So there we are, back at the dealership. I've shifted it into neutral now. So we'll just do a quick walk around. You've no doubt seen the Goldwing on other reviews. Beautiful color. Very sharp looking front end. Almost similar to me to the Yamaha FJR. So there you have it. Thank you very much for taking part in this demo ride today. Until next time, this is Trictacular wishing you a pleasant day. Take care and ride safe. Bye-bye.